Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we have a workout that is kind of inspired from an open workout from I want to say 2016. I think it was announced in 2014 and 2016. And the workout it's a similar rep scheme. That's the only thing that's similar to the open workout, but it's going to have a similar feel in the sense of what movements we're executing. So the workout today is 21, 18, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3 of elbow jacks and power cleans. So we'll go over those movements in more detail later based off what equipment you have and things like that. But with that rep scheme, it's a lot of reps. I think in total, it's 95 reps. We'll check after the workout or before we hit it, whenever, a little bit later. But it's going to be really taxing on the core, and it's going to be really taxing on your backside and your shoulders. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a great time. Now, we're going to hit the warm-up in a little bit. Warm-up today is pretty short and easy, so we're going to spend a good amount of time mobilizing first before we hit it, and then we will dive into what we got going on for today. So bring it to the flow. First one, we're going to start with cat-cows. I don't know about you guys. My back's kind of stiff. I don't know, just because when I tweaked my back a couple weeks ago, or if it's just kind of I've been sitting too much or something along those lines, but I'm going to make sure we're focusing on that area, because if I have a tight back, there's a chance you guys have a tight back, and that's not a good thing. So, cat-cows, tabletop position. Try to round your back as much as you can. Try to tuck your hips underneath, and then arch. I should have swept the floors before I started this video, because there's dog hair everywhere. I have a leaf blower, and I'll usually blow all the hair out so I don't get all hairy and a bunch of hair in my face. Maybe I'll bring out the yoga mat. All right, next, puppy dog with a side twist. So walk your hands out and then lean to one side and drop your chest down towards the floor. Help open up our thoracic a little bit, should our lats. Help us get overhead if our lats are a little bit tight. This will be a quick one, about 20 seconds. And other side. All right, now even though we're not squatting, I really like to do this stretch to help open up our hips a little bit, as well as overhead, and kind of just really stretch out a lot of different areas in our body. So getting to the bottom of your squat, you're gonna put one hand down on the floor, reach one hand up. I usually get a couple cracks in my spine when I do this. All right, go ahead and stand. From here, start with a wide stance, and then try to palm your hands onto the floor. If that's not too bad, you can bring your feet in a little bit more. If you can't get your palms to the floor, go a little bit wider. You want to be able to get to the part where you feel a good stretch in your hamstrings, glutes, low back, and still get your palms to the floor, and keep your back relatively flat. So my back probably not 100% flat, but I'm trying my best to keep it flat versus me just doing this. And just dropping to the floor like that. I want to keep my back stiff, so it's stretching my hamstrings, glutes, low back. All right, last one. We're gonna do some side twists. So pivoting on the foot that you're twisting away from, trying to spin your arms around. You're trying to twist through your hips and your mid-back. So don't keep your core tight as you're doing this. It's not a really stiff motion. Let your upper body just go with the motion. All right. So now for our warm-up today, guys, we are doing 3 rounds, 30 seconds each movement, starting with jumping jacks, then mountain climbers, then a curl and press. So for jumping jacks, you guys all know those. Jumping up, feet out, hands overhead, come back in, 30 seconds there. Show you 30 seconds of mountain climbers. You guys, we've been doing this a lot lately too, so make sure when you're doing these, you're not kicking towards your butt, you're trying to kick towards your chest. And what I mean by that is, when you're in a single top or in this plank position, I'm not doing kicks like this and bringing my heels to my butt. I'm bringing my knees in and keeping my shins horizontal. So really focus on that, since like a lot of people tend to do them incorrectly, especially when they start to get tired. They kind of just do whatever they can and make it less on the core and more just other muscle groups working. And then for the curl and press, you're going to do exactly how it sounds. So first, not break anything overhead. You're going to curl, press, unpress, uncurl. Keep your elbows tight to your body during the curl. Make sure you're not heaving it and building any momentum as you're doing it. Also, make sure you're not letting your elbows flare out like this as you're curling. So people will do that if their biceps are lacking the strength. So keep the elbows tight, pull, press, back down, uncurl, curl, press. If you have a barbell, obviously use an empty barbell, and I would do reverse curls. So you're going to have your palms facing in, like as if you were doing a deadlift or a clean. And then you do a reverse curl into a press, come back down, back, reverse that reverse curl. If you lack the forearm strength to perform a reverse curl, because reverse curls are very forearm intensive, then just do a regular curl, and you're going to press with your palms facing behind you, but still trying to push that weight back as far as you can, getting your head in line. So it's the same exact principles as a typical strict press, but you don't want to let yourself start to press out in front like that, okay? So with your palm facing back like that, to acquire a little more shoulder mobility, just really focus on putting that barbell in a good position, no matter which hand placement you have. But if you have the ability to do both options, I want you to do the forearm version where your palms face down and then they face forward, okay? So 30 seconds each movement, 3 rounds. It'll be a fast warm-up, only 4.5 minutes, but we'll be getting sweaty by the end of it. So let me grab my timer. All right, guys, here you go. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Jumping jacks. Two, one, mountain climbers. I can't see the time. 15 seconds. Three, 2, 1, curl and press. I'm only using a 20-pound weight to give you guys reference, so I'm not using heavy weight at all. If you have anything else nearby, if you only have access to heavy weights, you can use a backpack, a suitcase. You could use, what else could you use? You use like a chair, like a dining room table chair. If it's not too big and bulky, get creative. Use that imagination. 2, 1, jumping jacks. Three, 2, 1, mountain climbers. Fast knees, fast knees. Don't tap your foot on the floor once that chest gets to the knee. The only time that foot touches the floor is when it's extended out in that plank position. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, curl and press. you have a kettlebell, I would still do 2 arms on the one item. I would not do single arm curl and press. If you want to be an easy movement, you can just move through. Shouldn't be super strenuous. Even with this 20, it's kind of challenging. 3, 2, 1, jumping jacks. Three, 2, 1, mountain climbers. Fifteen seconds. Three, 2, 1, curl and press. Last 30 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Not as sweaty as I thought we were going to be. It's kind of cool today, so that might be part of it. But shoulders feel warm, hips are feeling warm, feet are feeling warm. A lot of the areas that we need to get ready for today's workout are feeling good. So we'll get ready. And today's workout, trust me, is one you don't want to rush anyways, because if you do, you will die. Today's like a longer Fran style workout. So let's talk about the workout, how to approach it, what to expect, and we'll have the movement standards as well. So today's workout again is 21, 18, 15, 12, and so on. Morning, Kaba. 21, 18, 15, all the way down to 3, so the reps go down by 3 every single time. Is it elbow jacks first or power clean and jerks first? I think it's power clean jerks first, no? No, elbow jacks are first. So elbow jacks, then power clean jerks. So you'll do 21 elbow jacks out and in is 1 rep, and then 21 power clean jerks, then 18, 18, then 15, 15. And people naturally, right now, you feel pretty good. You're not tired. You're not fatigued. You did a 4.5 minute warm up. You're not like, spent already. So naturally, if I told you to go at 80%, your 80% is still going to still be pretty fast. People still think like, oh, this is my 80%, but they're still pushing their heart rate pretty high because they feel good right now. And then once they hit towards the midpoint of the workout, they start to die off and go, oh wow, I went harder than I should have, and I have no juice left. So one thing I want to say to you guys that I heard from a coach a long time ago that made a big difference with me is start slower than you think. So right now, if I told you to start slow, you're going to go, okay, it's going to be kind of fast because, again, you feel good. But if I say start slower than you think and you go even slower than like you comfortably want to at the beginning of the workout, you'll have more energy saved up to go harder towards the end of the workout, okay? So pro tip, go slower than you think. Because I get to a lot of people, when this rep scheme popped up in the open, everyone can crush the 21 and 18 because you're fresh. Once they got to the 15 and 12, people were dying, a slow and painful death. So don't let that be you, okay? So start slower than you think. But what I just said as well, I expect the middle workout to be the hardest part, okay? Once you get to 15 and 12 is still a good amount of reps to complete, and you'll be tired when you get to that point. So make sure in the middle part, you definitely try to keep that pace consistent. And just because you're breathing heavy, just because the muscle's starting to burn a little bit, doesn't mean you get to slow down, okay? Push through that discomfort, all right? Now, for the elbow jacks, I want you guys to pay close attention to these because a lot of the times when I demonstrate them, people go, okay, I get it, but they still kind of perform them wrong. So the first thing I want to mention before I even show you what they are is your hips don't touch the floor at any point, but you want them to get as low to the floor as you can. Okay, so you're literally going to have like a half an inch gap between your hips and the floor at certain points in this exercise. So an elbow jack, getting into an elbow plank, you're going to start in typical plank position, nice straight body, right? From here, I drop my hips to the floor. Right before my hips touch, I pop my hips up, boom, and I go wide. My hips are really close to the floor again, but they don't touch, boom. Pop my hips wide, in again, and then my hips right next to the floor. You don't want to have your hips touch. You're not going to rest every time. On the opposite end of that, you don't want your hips to come up too high. Some people will do this. Some people will have their hips really high and they go like this. This is not getting your core or your hips at all. So you want to keep yourself in a low plank the entire time, and it's a very mild raise of the hips when I go from jumping my feet in and out, okay? So hips as low to the floor as you can, hop the feet out, hips low to the floor as you can. There's a little hip raise in the middle of each one, okay? And how you're going to count them today, it's going to go 1, 1, 2, 2, just like a jumping jack. Jumping jack, you go up, 1, up, 2. Same thing your elbow jack. Out, 1, out, 2, okay? So that is for your elbow jacks. Now, for your power clean and jerks, if you have a single item, I want you to do, if you are going to do one item, you are going to do the rep scheme on each side. Single items make it a little bit easier for you because you're going to have less weight to work at once, but it will be challenging in the sense you get to use more stability to focus on that one side. But I feel like if you're only using one item, you should move pretty fast. So if you're going to use one dumbbell or one kettlebell, I want you to do on both sides, okay? And you can break up however you want. So for that very first set of 21, you like do 11, and then 11, and then 10, and then 10. Cool, you can do that, all right? Otherwise, if you have like a heavy single dumbbell or kettlebell, and you're like, that would take me a century and I wouldn't be able to finish, then you could do a similar thing we did with the warm-up. So you can just hold the dumbbell like this, and you can just bring it to the floor, to the shoulders, press, back to the floor, shoulders, press. So you can do that as an option as well if you feel like if you doubled the reps, you would be totally destroyed, okay? And also, one last thing to mention is that it's a 14-minute time cap, okay? I don't know. I didn't coach 7 a.m. this morning, so I don't know how aggressive a time cap that is, but I'm assuming it's not going to be like super, super easy to stay under that. So you got to be hustling to get that done. Now, for the power clean and jerks, sorry guys, I'm trying to get a good angle so like the light is good, but also like it fits my whole body. I'm so big, I just can't fit in the screen. I'm sorry, you guys. I guess I'm taking that's not getting so huge. For the power clean and jerks, every rep comes from the floor. So even though I demonstrated with this dumbbell not touching the floor every time, because I don't want to bang my fingers on the floor, if you're using 2 dumbbells or 2 kettlebells, tap the weight on the floor, come up, you have to touch the shoulder, and you have to press overhead, okay? So it can't be like a straight motion, like a snatch. It has to touch the shoulder and the mid-weight point. With also, what else do I want to mention? Oh, you don't have to do a jerk. So a jerk would be a dip, drive, and a dip again. So it look like this, boom, and then stand. If the weight's light enough for you to do a push press where you catch and you go, boom, you just do one dip versus that rebend to catch, that's totally fine. Whatever, it's pretty much ground to overhead. Whatever you need to do to get from ground to overhead with touching the shoulders in the middle of that rep, okay? Questions, let me know. We're gonna get started in about 30 seconds to a minute, and it's game time. I got my dumbbells. And then I'm just gonna grab a mat for my elbows and my elbow jacks because the rubber has been scratching up my elbows. If you're on a hard surface, I may recommend some kind of mat for your elbows. Bam. All right, you guys are about ready. It's 14 minutes to get it done, so I don't know how challenging or easy that's going to be to do. So let's see. We got this, y'all. And get my timer set up. All right. All right, so starting with elbow jacks. On the elbow jacks, again, you go 1, 1, 2, 2. All right, guys, 14 minutes to get it done. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Hips right next to the floor, but you don't touch. Start slower than you think. I've done 12 so far. We're a minute and a half in already. These first few sets are going to take some time. All right, 21's done. Whew, shoulders on fire. Whew. 3 minutes in, everybody. Keep your chest higher than your hips the entire time. Don't let your chest point straight down to the floor. Keep your chest up at a slight angle. At no point you want to be fully bent over and have yourself hunched over like this. Chest should only be slightly higher than your hips. Okay, we're at 4.5 minutes. Full 40 to be exact. After 18, you got 15. Oh, my shoulders. Shoulders burn on those double jacks. Oh. All right, 15 power clean jerks. We're at 6 minutes. Almost halfway. Just past halfway, guys. 7:10. We're at 8 right now. 8 minutes. Focus on getting a big dip to save your arms. All right, down to single digits. Just under 9 minutes. Whew. We're at 10-10. Eleven minutes. Geez, Steven. Just have double the reps, man. He killed it. We're just under 12 minutes, guys. We'll wait the extra 2 minutes if you're still finishing up. And then 2 minutes we'll stretch, so make sure you guys stick around. Dang it, Ken. Yeah, 21 and 18 weren't that bad. 18 was a little kind of bad. 21 was the easiest round for sure. Shoulders were on fire between those elbow jacks. And then trying to breathe during them too was hard. We got a minute 15 left, guys. Oh, man. We have 40 seconds left. What's the humidity like right now? 73%? San Diego, come on now. Really? Is all that necessary? Pull the timer back up. 15 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1, and time. Good job, team. Bam. Let's stretch. First, kind of glute focus. Now I do it when we're warm. We pull the camera down a little bit so you can see me a little better. Double pigeon stretch. So put one foot, I'm gonna take my shoes off for this. Put one foot on top of your other knee, like that. Then just lean forward slightly, feel it deep on both sides of my glutes. Oh man, I'm tired. I'm glad you guys joined me for that. Glad you guys are staying up on your fitness. It's so easy to get distracted right now and not let yourself Continue to work on your health. I'm glad you guys are still working out. My goal is to have like one salad a day. Make sure I'm getting plenty of greens. I throw in like tomatoes and cucumbers and bell peppers and stuff. Make sure I don't eat a bunch of junk, because that's the easy thing to do right now is eat all the chips and sweet things. And I already have a weak willpower naturally, let alone in quarantine when all I have to do is sit around all day and look at my fridge. Switch legs. This side's way tighter. Look how high my knee is. Is anyone else's knee like this? Oh. I feel it slowly loosen up while I'm in here. My shoes are getting beat up. Can't really tell from there, but the other day we went camping, and we went on like this little trail. I took those shoes. The trail was kind of like soft gravel, and I was like slipping and sliding all over the place. These shoes are like skates. All right, next single leg, or excuse me, forward leg fold. So both legs straight out in front. Grab whatever you want. Don't overdo it and grab too much too soon. Just kind of let your body. We'll hang it for like a minute. So just let your body kind of naturally slowly open up. And these shoes literally have like zero tread at the bottom now. They're literally just like smooth. There's a little bit of tread like in the mid arch area, but that's it. Tomorrow's workout should be pretty fun. I'm yawning. I already had coffee today too. Unacceptable, body. Get it together. I got a good amount of sleep last night too. I got at least 7 hours, I think. Where's my phone? Let me check. Oh. Keep folding. Keep folding. Give me like 20 more seconds here. Oh, it says I got 6.5 hours last night. Did I have any caffeine yesterday? I had 2 cups, and my last one was at around 11 a.m. No, yes. So for those that I don't know what a Whoop is, like this fitness tracker that I have on my wrist that doesn't have a watch on it. Everyone's like, why does it have a watch? But it's pretty sweet because it gives you a recovery rating each day. Real quick, next stretch. Upright lunge. You guys know the drill. Get them hips. Squeeze that butt. Tuck the hips underneath. But it's nice because every single morning when you wake up, you plug in. Based off your sleep and the strain you had in your body the day before, when you wake up, you give a rating on how you feel and like what you did. Is you get a good, like it rates your or it asks when's the last time you had coffee? What did you read last night? It asks a lot of other things that can add to how recovered you are for this day. So it's pretty cool because then it takes all the things into consideration and it tells you right now I'm 81% recovered today. So I'm in the green, which means I could do a lot of physical activity today and be okay. Sometimes you might get a poor night's sleep. You might have a really stressful day the day before and do a lot, have a lot on your plate mentally and physically. And that can definitely add to how well you feel the next day. So if you had a brutal day the day before of like doing a bunch of yard work and you did also other work and you had a lot of things that were stressing you out, those all attribute to how good your body's gonna feel. Switch legs. So it's nice to see. And some days you're like, am I just, being dramatic? Am I actually tired? Am I just being, why do I feel like I have no energy right now? Am I just being, sissy or whatever? But you can actually go, oh, okay, I'm actually only so recovered because of the fact that, all these things that took into consideration from the previous day. Do a little bit longer on this leg, and then we'll do one last stretch, you guys. All right. Have a seat. Get those shoulders. Walk your hands behind you as far as you can. We'll go just 30 seconds here, guys. 30 seconds. Only walking back far enough so you feel a stretch in the shoulders and maybe your biceps as well, but it's not painful. You just feel a stretch. All right, and relax. Any other things you guys want to stretch, let me know now. We'll gladly do a couple more if you guys feel like it. Otherwise, hit me up, Hudson at Cross Humanity. If you guys need anything else from me today, tomorrow, next week, yesterday, whatever. Cap time, round 12, missing 7 with right arm. Okay, nice, Kava. Yeah, the workout. If you did single arm, I feel sorry for you, Kava. That's a lot of reps. That's all right. You're strong, though, so it doesn't matter. You need the extra reps because you're so freaking strong, dude. If you did that workout like I did it, you wouldn't get anything from it. So Steven's got a whoop too, 65% recovered today. It's pretty cool. It's called a whoop. It's just this little thing here with a wristband on it. Look it up, WHOOP. If you guys are interested in getting one, let me know because I can give you guys Roderick's code to get like $30 off your first month or something like that. Because it is a subscription base, but in my opinion, it's 100% worth it. So, all right, guys, thanks for joining me. See you tomorrow. I'm doing tomorrow's 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. class. I'll see you for one of those. And tomorrow's workout is going to be pretty fun. Have a great rest of your day. Drink lots of water. Stay out of the humidity.